Good afternoon from Los Angeles and happy Monday, everyone. It's Alissa, Coram, and Ed Carson here with a look at the stock market today. And it was a very strong close. Ed, why don't you go ahead and give us a preview of the three growth stocks we're going to be taking a look at today?
Yeah, these are all leaderboard stocks. Cloudflare broke out while Dexcom and Fortinet showed bullish rebounds from key support.
All right, well, let's get to it. Here's a look at the NASDAQ closing up about 1.4% for the day, a little off of session highs, but we saw a weak open and a very strong close, which is something that's really nice to see, especially as we are testing this 21-day moving average.
Yeah, this is pretty clutch because this is the kind of place where you really need to see that strong close because we're at key support levels. The NASDAQ is like, you can see that green line, that's the 21-day moving average. It's been testing support there. We undercut Friday's lows, last week lows, and acted very well. The S&P had undercut its 200-day line. It closed higher. So just really strong action here, and growth stocks led the way.
Yeah, they did. So let's take a look at a couple of them, starting off with Cloudflare. The ticker there is NET, breaking out over a 3 weeks tight pattern that we alerted you guys about last week. So we saw it clear that level today, closing just a hair above that buy point, up about 7.5%. Very strong volume here, Ed. So a good looking chart.
Yeah, the buy point up 3 weeks tight, and the 3 weeks tight is off of a weekly is 30.69 actually, and then there was 30.88, which is sort of the high of the consolidation. You probably said like, well, let's just wait till it gets over that. Let's just wait till it gets over the consolidation. What was really impressive is that Cloudflare, as you can see a few months ago, it actually broke out during the coronavirus market crash, but then was very volatile. So the tight action lately, despite the market action being sort of up and down, was very impressive for this stock. We added it to leaderboard today. We added it to swing trader, and it was stock of the day if you want to read more about that stock.
And also really nice to see such strong volume as it moves to new high ground as well.
That's a really good point because we haven't seen many stocks actually break out with great volume. So thank you very much. That's an excellent point.
Yes, price and volume action, everyone. All right, now let's take a look at Dexcom, DXCM, a nice upside reversal as it almost came down to its 50-day, but on the weekly chart, coming down to that 10-week line, another week of support here. Now this could be an opportunity to add shares.
Yeah, it could be an opportunity to add shares. Perhaps if you really wanted to, you could be a chance to start a new position since it's sort of been consolidating that. It's been one long support, one long test sort of that 10-week line. You could nibble here perhaps, and it looks like maybe Dexcom is forming a base. So that could provide another entry down the road, assuming you can form some kind of pattern here. It's several weeks in there. I just took a little rest here after strong action. The relative strength line, it came down during that consolidation, but that's after a long run up. Any stock that consolidates when the market is almost going up vertical, it's going to see that action.
That's right. A strong percentage move here, and this is one that we've been keeping our eye on. Very impressive with strong fundamentals too. The annual earnings estimates looking pretty good. So one for your watch list if you didn't get a chance to nibble today. And last but not least, let's take a look at Fortinet, FTNT, a nice upside reversal here as well. Now, this is the first test of the 10-week line after this breakout that was really fueled by the earnings gap.
Yeah, nice earnings gap, and it really hasn't made a whole lot of movement since then. It undercut sort of the low of its recent consolidation today. So that undercutting there and then rebounding like that, very powerful. It'll be interesting to see how this can continue. But Cloudflare is also in that cybersecurity area. These are both sort of issues where if they're not directly coronavirus plays, they're definitely stocks that can thrive in that environment. You could argue that with Dexcom as well. People are still spending money. They have diabetes. That's not going away. So all these stocks can thrive in an environment of the coronavirus crisis or no crisis. So it's that's a pretty good situation right now because you don't know how things are going to go. Obviously, there was a lot of positive market action today, but these are stocks that seem to be just really strong leaders.
Yes, three growth stocks for your radar. They've been on our watch list, so we definitely wanted to point out the strong action from them today. If you miss those initial breakouts, we're also pointing out opportunities for you to add shares to existing positions or maybe even initiate a position if you're more aggressive. Also looking at swing trading angles to some of these as well. So there's lots of different ways to play these names right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we discussed them all on IBD Live today because, you know, this is just, we're just trying to scan around. This is what we're trying to do for ourselves and for everybody else.
Yeah, IBD Live, if you haven't checked it out yet, that's our morning live stream for the first hour plus of trade, where our experts share their screens, talk about overall market conditions and notable growth stocks. So we hope you join us tomorrow morning. But that is it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.